Yeah, good morning, guys. We are live on YouTube now. I just need to get everything sorted. The music control sits on a different page, and then it takes time to flip over. And all. It's very badly designed in my eyes at this point in time. So just bear with me. Now I need to close all the windows I don't need, and it's strange, man. Strange to get on. But anyway, your voices are live here for the guys in Discord, and I see we've got quite a full house. Good morning, everybody.
Hello.
Morning.
Morning.
Right, and then to the guys there on stream, I did pin the basics that you need to know for this stream. I'm doing version 8A of the Zibo mod, so it didn't take Zebo long to actually give 8A to us, just a couple of hours since releasing 3.7, because he already found a small bug there. Now I'm going to explain it to you guys quickly. So let's just start with the basics. I think a lot of you caught on to the fact that the Zibo mod will not work. The latest Zibo mod will not work in the old X-Plane anymore. Okay. I did my best with Paul, picking up on what you said just before the stream started. We repeated the fact that the Zibo mod, the new Zibo mod, will not work in the old X-Plane quite a few times, to the point where I think I made a mistake in thinking that everybody would know this by now. Okay. Now, I do know that one of our better, let me rephrase that. My English is not that good. One of our senior members here didn't even catch on to the fact, and then we discerned and realized that it was because he was preoccupied. Okay, so I bet there are a couple of other people that didn't catch on to the fact. I did go and edit the announcement to actually specifically make mention on all the platforms that you do need the latest X-Plane for the latest Zibo mod to work. The thing is, X-Plane has changed so significantly, it just ain't going to work for you anymore if you have the wrong version of X-Plane with the wrong version of the Zibo mod. Okay, so it's called progress. We have now moved forward, both Laminar and us. One of the things I want to quickly do here for you guys is I want to give you a link. I'm going to first do it just in the description of the video for the guys watching later. So, Laminar Weather information. So I'm going to have a heading just down below in the description. And I'm putting the link in there, and then I'm going to put it on the stream as well for you guys, so you guys can go and read up a bit. It's a bit of a read, but it's worthwhile, because this tells you what has changed between the release 3R1 and 04 beta 2, or whatever you want to call this thing now, in terms of the designation of Laminar. They did major changes. And one of the things they also did was release an SDK for weather. Okay. It's basic, rudimentary, but it is there. It's the beginning. This is step number 1. So this has enabled Zebo to upgrade the Zibo mod of his, and then also incorporate the weather. So I'm going to show you that. But before we get there, I just noticed there are a couple of comments here. Right, I don't know what happened just now. I think we just lost our electricity. We're on the battery, so we should be fine unless the battery breaks because of overusage or something. Okay, so guys, if I lose you, I'll come back. It will obviously be a different stream, but let's see how far we get. So, good morning to everybody on the stream. Geert, Rob,
morning all.
Other Rob, morning Anthony, here on Discord, Tommy, Crescendo, Scotsman, Umar, Pieter. Dit gaan goed, dankie, en met jou, en so Andrew. Yeah. Right, sorry, there's another Peter on stream there, eh? That's
very busy in Discord. 15 members.
Peter and the hedgehog is there.
Yes, and Hedgehog. And there is Vim as well. So yes, okay, let's jump into it. You got the background now. Significant changes. You have to update Explain. You have to update the Zibo mod, get them on the same level now, and then this is going to happen. There are a couple of significant things. It's interesting. I still get people that don't know that this feature has been in the Zibo mod for many years, but this is it. So if you go to your menu on the FMC and you go to the D-Link AOC menu, you can do a request for weather. All right. And this is obviously dependent on Explain weather. It's not going to read News 24 and Heathrow weather on Flight Radar 24 or whatever. It is about what is inside of your Explain. And this is the weather you need to fly with. There's no point in living in a fantasy la-la land thinking you can use real world weather. Until Explain Laminar does not synchronize the real weather with the actual real weather, you know, this is it. This is what you need to use. So this is the place to find the weather in the Zibo mod. And we are currently at, it's wrong spelling, LEPA. Right, and now we're going to send and just wait for the return. Yes, Crescendo. I'm glad you figured it out, but there you go. Right, so there you have your weather. So this is what we're going to use. This is our QNH inside of Explain. Please don't go use Vatsum or Iveo or whoever else is providing it. It's irrelevant. We need this one. Okay. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to do the RNAV descent properly. You're not going to do the RNAV approach properly specifically. You might still get away with an ILS because it uses different technology, but this is really important. Okay, so there you go. That is where we're going to find our weather. I don't have Linda with me because that brings us now to 8A. I'll show you quickly. I've got 8A already. And the change log is mentioned in the pinned comment on stream. It's also in the comments below the video. Basically, there's a problem with level change and vertical speed. Right, so part of my flight, and it is obviously a group flight. There are quite a few of us Skymatix Zebo pilots here. So part of this is I'm going to do a level change takeoff. So the procedure is going to be, I'm going to do heading select. I can actually do LNAV as well. It really doesn't matter. But the fact of the matter is I'm now used to heading select, so I'm going to stick to heading select. Okay, just so I don't confuse myself. And then what I'm going to do is once we enable the autopilot, level change will come on automatically and we'll bug up the speed and we'll check that it kind of behaves normally. So that will be during the ascending phase, you know, going up. Then on the other side, when we do the descent, we're going to do level change in amongst the normal VNAV descent. We're going to do a level change and we're going to do a vertical speed. And basically from what I understand, the bug in 3.7 is when you go from level change to vertical speed in that direction, there is a bit of a problem. It's like it increases the speed or something dramatically. So Zebo picked up on it, and that's why he's given us 8A to test. I'm the first one that's going to test it for him. Now we've got some of the real pilots that said they're going to test it later for him as well. So we're going to have the flight sim version and the real world guys all agree or disagree, and then Zebo can fix or not. So I did notify Zebo that I will be streaming right now, so the chances that he is in the background is very good, but as usual he might not tell us. So Zebo, if you are, good morning, and thank you so much. We're going to do our best and show you what we can do with your baby today. All right, good morning, Aeronox. Sorry, Uncle John.
What's up? Good morning, Samson.
Good morning. I was
Oh.
not gonna interrupt the boss.
No
But
problem.
good morning, everybody.
Good morning,
Morning.
Sasa.
Morning. Hey, Nico.
Yes.
So to get this version of Zebo to work, you need the latest beta of
Yes.
Explain.
Yes.
So you've got to tick the beta box in the
Yes.
download. Is that correct?
Yes. If you don't tick the beta box, you won't get it. So, guys, yeah, Paul is correct.
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks, Paul. Again, it comes down to it's an interesting phenomenon. I used to complain to my own father. I'm going to tell you a silly story quickly. just to tell you how far back this thing goes. When I got my learner's driver's license, my father thought it would be nice to put me in the car with him, and then I would be his chauffeur because, good practice. So he would know where we are going to, and he would tell me, 2nd Street, left, 3rd one, right, all these kind of interesting things. And I would just drive, I'm going slow and just doing my thing. I mean, I'm a new driver. What do I know? I just go where the old man tells me. And the funny thing is, the principal was, he always knew where he wanted to go. But then I would go down the street and I would either be too fast or, not concentrate. And because he never told me which specific house we need to stop at, I would inevitably drive past. And I would say to him, listen, Dad, you need to tell me. I can't smell it. I can't discern it on my own. Tell me which house I need to stop at before you get angry when I drive past. And it reminded me in the last couple of hours, as I saw all the posts all over, we knew about this. We knew that everybody had to update. I've streamed it. I've spoken to so many people. We repeated it so many times, but we didn't realize not everybody heard the message. So I do apologize, and stick close to us. Stick close to me. Stick close to this channel. Watch when I'm going to put the word test flight in the streams that I do, so you guys know this is one you need to pay attention to. I mean, I don't want you to waste your time if you don't like me or don't like what I do. You don't have to sit through 50 or a 2-hour minute flight to try and discern what's new. I'll keep it short in the beginning. We'll make it more accessible to everybody. You just come watch it in minutes and go if you really want to. But we'll try and get the message out a little bit more. Okay.
Towers online.
Bye. Okay, well, I'm ready to push almost, so I'll better ask my IFR clearance and all, eh?
And his departure runways 24 left, 24 right.
In that case, I'm just going to disconnect because I'm not going to go and change everything now.
And me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Me too.
Oh, no, we'll reconnect afterwards.
Ask him. There is no traffic. Why you should keep the runway?
Yeah, the wind is literally 4 knots. Okay, and according to the SOP, 06 right is the preferred runway. So I don't know what he's got up his sleeve for 24. That's usually.
Sorry, where are you? Just to understand.
No, we're at LEPA, LEPA. I've disconnected.
Yeah,
I'm not.
What is Palma? Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go and even worry with him right now.
Approach runway 24 right. Yes, they always use 24 right for noise reduction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Usually it's 24 right.
I get what you're saying, but in the SOPs, it's either 24 right or 06 right. So who cares? Okay, no, we'll pick up on Nivea afterwards again. Sorry, guys. Those of you that want to change, by all means, change. I'm just not going to bother with that. Okay. Right. Enabled Antonio's plugin because I wanted to speak to him. Now, I don't see him online yet. If he comes in, we need to ask him. I'm back. He's back. No, deal with that.
Hello, back.
He's back. No, I'm not going to change. Forget about ATC for now. Just not going to do that. So anyway.
Did you hear the reply?
No, I didn't. Where must I hear a reply?
I do apologise. I did ask for 06 right, and he said negative. So I said, well, thank you for your service. I'll come back later.
All right, yeah, no.
Okay, so connected up by fasting inserted. Release parking brake.
I love these ATC.
Yeah. So yeah, look, okay, I'm going to push, guys.
Starting pushback. Clear to start engines.
Can we abide by the 3-minute, Nico?
Yes, still abide by that, because once we're in the air, we can reconnect again.
Yes, please.
Okay, Tix 008 already taxiing for runway 06 right.
Before start procedure. Oh, you know what? I'm thinking Linda. I told you guys she's not there, and it slipped my mind for a second. I'm Linda now.
Hello, Linda.
Day off.
It's a nice voice, anyway.
Yeah, I don't know.
Linda,
Linda.
can I please have a cup of coffee? Hello, Linda.
Yes.
She has the day off.
Yeah. We'll fax you a cup of coffee just now, Krister.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right. Anyway, so Tommy, I hope you understand. I think personally I'll speak to Antonio first before I make any recommendations. I just don't know. Rob, I did not get the message about some textures that are missing. You need to send it to me or tell me where to go look. I'm sorry, I missed that completely. And Aeronox, yes, good morning. It's been a bit busy. I can't remember if I said good morning to you. Right, so just to recap, heading select with level change for takeoff. During the descent, we'll start VNAV. Then we'll switch to level change for a bit and also do vertical speed, not necessarily in that order. And we're going to basically see and show Zebo what the result is of his coding, you know. So bear with me, that will happen later.
Nico, if I can.
Yes, sir.
So it's better for the streaming, and so we have more time as well to see the reaction of the aircraft.
Yes.
Do the bag up at 3,000 feet above the ground, so at 3,000 feet on the Q&A.
All right. Okay. So that's
so
perfect.
let's simulate it's a noise one departure, so we have
All right.
time to talk through the procedure. Otherwise, if you do that at 1,000, it's going to be all in one go.
Okay. Okay.
we
So
just
I'm in
take
your
our
hands.
time.
I'm in your hands. You just tell me exactly
No
what
problem.
to do. Okay.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
that will have more value for Zebo.
Yeah,
anyway.
because I'm updating X-Plane, I'm not really looking all the time at your streaming, so just
Okay.
shout when you are lining up on the runway.
Okay, that was disconnected. I'm being removed. See you on the left side. Bye.
Rob, I think where I saw it was in the Zebo pilots group. Now that you mention it, I recall all of a sudden you did mention something there, but I think I said to you it's your choice regarding what you want to do, but I don't think it's Zebo related, you know, so you'll have to do some troubleshooting there.
I have a question, Nico,
Yes.
regarding this weather request.
Yes.
Now, I got it to work, but I just asked the last meter, and I got a meter at 650 Zulu, which means quite old, like 1 hour and a half old.
Yeah.
It is normal.
Well, the problem is
It's not picking up the last one.
I understand that is an explain weather problem. That's why I said you guys must be careful, because there's a discrepancy. Sometimes the explain weather is old and it comes in late. Why it's imperative that when you fly the Zebo that you use the actual QNH in the simulator, not the IVAO, not the VATSIM, not your flight radar 24, etc. So obviously I've had it yesterday as well. You'll see in the dev room I did make a mention there. It's like 2 hours old yesterday when we tested it. Okay.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, look, X-Plane brings in the weather. They're responsible for the weather. The Zebo now talks to the weather and extracts the weather.
Yes.
But it can only see what it can see. You know.
Of course.
So,
Yeah. No, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that match the weather if you look at the map and
Yes.
go to
It's
details?
supposed to. It was yesterday. Let's have a look. See.
You would think so, but
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
032.
Yeah, but
008 lining up 06 right.
Enjoy.
For takeoff.
Thanks, Nick.
And edge toga, please, Anthony.
Copy that.
But Nico,
Yes.
the quickest way actually to see is actually go inside the folder of the grip files and look at the date and time. There you have your latest.
Gotcha.
And that's those grip files are going to give you the weather for the sim all the way through, all the flights.
Yeah, I'm with you, but we'll leave that to McTrying. He's good at doing things like that. He loves playing with those grip files. Or you can do that, but I'm just seeing what's on the front end, not the back end, Krister.
Yeah.
I am still looking into when the X-Plane
Toga,
updates the weather
Thank you.
compared with the grid files.
Thanks, Mac. Yeah, I know you're on top of it, so I'm not too bothered with it. I think most people watching and interested in normal operations aren't that into the nitty-gritty and the behind the scenes. You know, it's a different kettle of fish to go, you know, to the back end and work with things like that. So for me, it's imperative to show the guys front end, this is what it is, this is the discrepancies, and this is what you do. Once we know better and you guys can report back, you're welcome to come and do a presentation and explain to everybody what's happening, you know.
airborne passing 1000.
Okay, hello, Flight Simmer-X.
Started your A cars, Nico?
I did, but I'm on the new VA, that's why you don't see me.
Ah, hiding.
Yeah, totally hidden. What did I miss? What did I miss? Doors. My freaking doors are still open.
Be cold.
Yeah,
Just getting the passengers to get out while they can.
I missed that. I say I talk too much. I'm not talking nonsense, but I do talk too much.
Flight attendants prepare for departure, cross-check and all call, thank you.
All right, we've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
I'm holding it Hotel 8 for runway 06 right.
Right.
Me too.
Guys, I'm gonna go out of sequence. If I do connect back on Iveo, I'll check on the map where I am and I'll just vector myself a little bit around whoever else just to make room. Okay, but I can't sit here and wait now 10 minutes before we go and we don't do the test.
That's call sign who said he's lined up. Repeat call sign, please.
356.
Okay, so I'll go after you because I'm also lined up.
Okay, who's going next?
You are.
206 after that.
Right, okay, I think we've got everything.
Skymatix 008 passing 6,800. Turning left for PETA.
Next one away. 3 minutes up.
Right, Sasso.
Yes, boss.
So just to recap, I'm going to go Toga. We're on heading select. We're going to lift the gear and we're going to wait 400 feet, switch on the autopilot, level change will come up automatically and you will command the bug up from there for me.
Correct. For the purpose of the streaming, you do the takeoff in heading select, but you can do this in LNAV as well. It's there are two different systems. So the lateral mode is not going to interact with the vertical mode.
Yes.
So you can even take LNAV or whatever.
Okay, I'm going to take LNAV because it's different. When I do a takeoff like this, I never use LNAV, so I'm not used to it. Okay, this is going to be okay because you are. Yes, I'm going to switch over to LNAV.
I will tell you. It's LNAV will give you reference only laterally.
I understand.
So no problem at all.
I understand. Yeah. It's just I haven't done it yet.
I
just never do it. So anyway, now we've got LNAV on. You can see my stream and everything. So
yeah.
All right, let's get some power in here and Toga and all those things.
Good luck.
So much.
346. Is 346 gone or not? 356.
The 356. I'm just lining up on the runway now.
Okay. Can you shout?
206 lined up also.
No, we're going to get out of sequence here.
No, I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you, Uncle John.
I'm going to go then. Toga.
Okay, starting the timer, 206.
80 knots. 206, you going after John?
Or you, just choose. You ready?
I'll go after you.
Okay, I'll shout Togo when I go.
Positive read.
Get up.
Okay. Now, so 400 feet above the ground, you can verify that LNAV is now green.
It is. And we have gone to command A.
Exactly.
1000.
When you get the command, you have N1 as a speed mode, you have LNAV as a roll mode, and MCP speed. MCP speed means that the pitch is controlled by the MCP speed, so by the speed set in the MCP. That's all he's saying to you.
Yep.
Now we wait 3,000 feet above the ground, so 3,000 feet we can consider Palma was probably 200 feet, so at 3,200 feet on the QNH, we can bug up. So all we're gonna do, we're gonna move that speed to the up speed, which we can see in the PFD. It's gonna be 213, 214. Just move it to up. That's it. All the way to up. That's it. Now you will see that the flight director will command an acceleration. Approximately, he will lower the nose to about 8 degrees nose up. You can see the speed increasing. So now you can go flap 1 and then wait. As soon as the speed is with a positive trend above the flap 1 speed, go flap up. Flap up. And now you have to wait before changing the mode, because at this time you may have a malfunction of the flap. So now you have to wait to have the flaps up no lights that you have right now looking at the flight position, the flap position indicator. Now you can change the mode. You can either go VNAV, don't do that, I will tell you why, or you can maintain level change. Now, this is good for your, for the mind. That's what I do. I'm approaching a turn. Look at what turn we have there. Okay, it's a kind of steep turn to the left. Okay?
Yes.
So what I'm gonna do, if I press VNAV, is gonna accelerate probably to 250 unless I set something in the FMC. So I would rather stay in level change, maybe increase manually to 20, so I keep the speed under control, and the radius of the turn will not be crazy.
Exactly.
Okay?
The other thing, obviously, because of the test, okay, is we can stay in level change just a little while longer to make sure that it works.
Absolutely.
6 Togo.
Ghost Rider, no, this is Sasso. This is our real-world pilot consultant for the Zebo team, or one of them at least, that's here with us.
Okay,
so
I'm gonna go
level
after
change will give you a bit of more work, if we want to call this way.
Yeah.
But it's much, much better compared with VNAV, because you have an instantaneous act or force
you've got more
on the
control.
speed and the performance of the aircraft. Exactly.
You've got more control.
Now that we are inbound to the point, we would go into VNAV and let the aircraft accelerate, or we can do it in level change. So if we want to be precise, we can have the climb page on our FMC. We can see what is the target speed for climb, 297. So we just bug 297 in the level change. That's it. Now he's gonna lower again the nose between 6 to 8 degrees of nose up. The speed is gonna increase in the engine mode, in the navigation, in the upward view. Of course, the thrust is set to climb thrust, so we have full thrust in, and of course the speed is increasing. So now level change will wait to reach 297, then it will pitch up again, I guess about 12 degrees nose up, to continue the climb. And this is exactly what VNAV will do.
Mm-hmm.
The only change between level change and VNAV is that the VNAV path or VNAV speed in this case is gonna respect any altitude or level restriction that you have set in the FMC.
Yeah, and level change does not, yeah.
Exactly. Level change forget the FMC.
Well, okay, so there is no speed problem. There's no fluctuation in, major fluctuation in
Quite
VS.
nice.
So we can go to VNAV.
Yeah, why not? And now we'll go VNAV speed. VNAV speed means he's maintaining climb thrust, upper due is still in climb thrust, full climb rating, and the VNAV, so the pitch, the nose of the aircraft is gonna be controlled by the speed set in the FMC this time. In fact, the speed window is closed in the MCP, because now any change on the speed, you have to change it in the FMC, or you have to press a speed intervent to open up the speed window.
Correct. Thank you for the invite, Christer. Sasso, thank you so much. You came at the right time again, eh?
Hey, man.
And if for some reason you wanted to go to vertical speed now, the expected behavior would be to have the climb rate at the moment that you press the button. Is that correct?
Correct.
356 Toga.
Can we try it?
So, let's imagine that ATC tell us Skymatix 1, I don't know, you can level off 170, something, no, 170 is too much, 180, okay, 180, for instance. So the first thing you're gonna do, 180 set, and now, because it's 1 to go, you have to lower the vertical speed to 1000. And remember, this is because probably there is traffic above you. So you don't do as many people think that we have to go in vertical speed because the autopilot is unable to level off. That's not true. I can tell you, even if you're climbing with 5,000 feet a minute, the autopilot will level off unless it's broken.
Skymatix 356, airborne, passing 1,600 feet.
The reason to switch into vertical speed is to lower the rate of climb or descent if there are other traffic. Otherwise, you will get TCAS warning. Absolutely.
That's correct.
That's it. Now, let's imagine that ATC tell us Skymatix 001 climb level 250, good rate of climb. Now, good rate means give me a good vertical speed. So now, what I will do, instead of heading up and set max angle or max rate, which we can do in the climb page, instead of going with the heads up, all I do is 250 is set in the MCP, press level change, reduce the speed, 250 knots. In this way, the thrust is coming in, full climb thrust, but now look at the vertical speed. Now the aircraft is pitching up to lose the speed. So we're gonna get a wonderful rate of climb.
Rocket.
You see? That's all it happened in reality. But at least you maintain your high. Sorry for the English, but I don't go with heads down, pressing max angle, max rate, or whatever it is. Level change, in terms of automation, is one step below VNAV, but it's a wonderful tool when you have to play with ATC. You see? Now it's maintaining 250, but we use that extra energy from 297 to 250, and we transfer that energy into climb vertical speed.
Nice. Thank you.
Now, Skymatix 001, climb 350, resume normal rate. So means do whatever you need for performance, respect your cost index, VNAV. You will see now back to 297. It will lower the nose again. It's just a level change. The principle of acceleration and deceleration is the same of VNAV. The best thing is that you can interact immediately with the speed. So command immediately what the nose of the aircraft will do, or the rate of the aircraft will do. That's the main difference.
100%. That is amazing. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Well, I think that was a huge test that we just completed there. So now we know on the upside, going up is good. Now we need to just test the one going down now.
Yeah.
Good morning, all the pilots.
Morning.
Hello.
Morning. Morning.
Can I ask Sasso a question, please?
Huh?
Yeah.
Sasso, in a previous stream, when Nico was flying, then you descended, and on the close to the arrival airport, on your FMC, you'll see that 9,000 above, or 8,000 above, or 3,000 below. So you actually asked Nico to delete and then activate that above or below, and then it gives a different altitude. Now I've been doing that now since I saw that stream. If I leave it there, I don't know whether I'm too high or if I do what you
airborne,
said,
passing 2,000 feet.
I feel being on the right altitude, and it works for me.
Skymatix
Right
052 for transit information on runway 22, Somalia, good flag, bye.
In the planning stage of some
switching to Unicom 132.8, thanks for your service this morning, have a good day, bye-bye.
So in that case, what we do, we have some kind of ideal plan in the FMC. That plan means X track miles. So VNAV is maintaining a descent to respect what is written in the FMC as a leg. So 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, etc. If instead of following what the legs page says, we expect a shortcut, then we can do two things. Don't do anything and then manage as cowboy style, or for passenger comfort, we try to anticipate this possible shortcut and we change without executing, but we change the legs to simulate this shortcut. In this way, if from point 1, instead of going point 2 and then point 3, I go directly from point 1 to point 3, I simulate these in the FMC legs page, and then I will set the altitude or the level that is gonna say on point 1, the new one. I set it as a restriction, and in this way, when I get hopefully the shortcut, I'm gonna be on profile or thereabout. So probably that's what we were doing in the FMC. Now I don't recall exactly the situation, but probably this is the case, I guess.
Yes, it was. If you look at your FMC and you close to the airport, arrival airport, you will see on your legs 9,000 above or 8,000 above. Then what you actually ask Nick is press the delete button, press the above 9,000, and then just execute that. Then the 9,000 changes to say 8,700.
Exactly.
Which is a correct altitude to
No, it's
to
not,
what you're going.
not a meaning. And yeah, I remember you're talking about the Eltar 3 whiskey probably in Bergamo.
Yes, so
it's a shortcut.
I'm using that, and I feel it's right for me. I get to the right altitude at the right
exactly.
point.
Yes, I agree with you. This is, remember, the ideal word, because if the chart says that you have to cross point 1 at 9,000 feet or above, okay, let's take this example, and you plan the shortcut, and the shortcut to be ideally on profile, the shortcut says that you should cross point 1 at 8,000, let's say. Now, ideally, in the ideal world, I would set, okay, 8,000 at point 1, and that's it. I know I'm on profile, but this is not the reality. Many times, ATC will not allow you to go below 9,000, for instance, at point 1. So in that case, the only thing you can do is to leave whatever is there, and you know that you are going to be high if you get the shortcut. So there is a bit of playing going there. So then this brings up to say, okay, how we can manage our energy if we know we are going to be high? Well, we lower the speed approaching that point. And in this way, as soon as we cross that point, we can recover by increasing the speed back. So, you know, it's a lot of brain working over there. The problem sometimes with the simulator is that you are in the ideal world. So you just go VNAV, that's it, job is done. But this is not the reality, because many times ATC will kick in and say, you know, stop or wait, you have traffic below, you have traffic above, wait, reduce the speed, increase the speed for separation, many things. And you have to play with this. So yes, I know what you mean, and of course you are more correct in terms of descent planning, but sometimes you have to respect that 9,000 or above, for instance, and so you have to be proactive and ready because you are expecting to be high. So that's the problem sometimes.
Okay, now thanks very much, Sir.
Pleasure.
I hear what you say.
Sorry, Nico.
No, I bet there are a couple of people on stream, you know, that have got their toes curling from, you know, the enjoyment of listening to you. So don't you worry.
Yep, all 10.
Yeah. No,
just to clarify, Tasso, can I ask another question? If you press the delete button and then the line select key for a particular waypoint, it then displays the height that the plane would ideally like to be. Is that correct?
Correct.
So you could be above a restriction, or it could say, really, I'd like to be below it. Is that true?
Correct.
Okay. So then you have to make the decision whether to...
Yeah, which is not your decision.
Yeah.
Most likely is the ATC decision.
Yeah.
I don't know, Nico, you are in the climb phase in VNAV. Do you want to play with the FMC and we show what we are talking about? Maybe showing with the FMC is much more easy for the people.
I don't mind in principle, but I'm almost at my top of climb. I'm within 2,000 feet, so isn't it better
we
doing
wait
it
to
in the
level
descent?
off.
Yeah, okay.
We wait to level off, then we plan something in the before reaching top of descent.
Okay.
Because this is something, the shortcut, this is something that you plan before the top of descent.
Sure.
Because planning a shortcut, planning a restriction to be below what the VNAV thing is gonna change your top of descent point. That's just maths, basically.
Sure.
If I have to lose, you know, 30,000 feet in 10 miles, or if I have to lose it in 15 miles, something like this. So
no problem.
This is something that you do before top of descent when you talk with the colleague and you do the descent briefing.
No problem. I'm almost at the top of climb, so we're almost there.
All right.
I'm back on Iveo, by the way, gentlemen.
1,000 to go.
Yep, me too.
When's it safe to join?
Me too.
IVO again.
Just after 2,000 feet when you're out of the tower airspace.
Oh, cool. Thanks, Nico.
So we've got 7 with you. If you join now, we'll be 8 guys flying together, which is awesome. Man, but I like the amount of people here in Discord, eh? Yeah. Nice, full house.
A wee gang.
Well, I want to be there this afternoon for the ATC training.
Yep.
I will be there.
Good. Yeah, speaking of that, we've got 32 guys. I presume some of you are there as well. Anyway, watching the stream. Gentlemen and ladies, if there are any, we are doing the South African ATC IVEO training from 1500 Zulu. Okay, so please, if you have ever had this dream of flying with ATC in a group flight like we are doing, come, today is your day. We're going to make it a safe space for you. No need to stress in the least. We're going to introduce you physically to the ATC guys before you need to speak to them on the channel. We're going to make it as easy as possible for you to get into this facility. So from 1500 Zulu, we'll be here on Discord. We're going to actually start flying at 1500 Zulu. So I would suggest, if you don't know how to start, come an hour early at least. Okay, so come at 1400 Zulu so we can help you do the installation, set up. You can reboot your PC once, twice, 3 times, however many is necessary, and we can get your audio sorted and things like that. Please come with a headset with a microphone so you can talk. Okay, we will help you as far as possible. We'll give you some notes if you really need notes as well. So if you want to join us, today is your day. Next week, I'm waiting for Jordan to confirm North America. Once he's given me confirmation next week or the week thereafter, however soon it is possible to do it, we'll do the North American, so Western Hemisphere training. So the guys in South America and North America and all these places can come. And then soon thereafter, we'll try and get the guys in Scandinavia, Norway, Sweden, those areas, to help us with another training session. So there's like 3 of them planned. We just need to see what's going to happen, you know, when exactly.
Nico.
Can I just add one quick thing, Nico?
You can, but let me answer one question quickly. Kakao, it's definitely there. It is in both my Google Drive as well as in Zebo's Google Drive under Explain 11. It's definitely there. The latest Explain model is 54.17, so it's definitely there. Okay, gents, go for it. Whoever wants to speak.
Go, Mac.
I was just going to say, anybody who hasn't got the Aveo client or latest one or hasn't signed up for Aveo, if they'd like to acknowledge in the stream chat, then we can send the links to you or whatever, and perhaps drag you into Discord prior to the event to get your Aveo client, etc. set up in Explain.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You save a bit of time.
Nico.
Yes, Paul.
You've done a couple of IVEO training sessions before. Are they on YouTube?
They are.
Can the guys actually watch one of those?
Yes, yes.
And perhaps you could put a link or something to the best one?
I'll do that just now. So in between now and this evening, you can do the following. Give me a second.
Study.
Yeah, you can study. All right, so there's my YouTube channel. That is my flight that's currently active, you know, and then if you just scroll down, there you go. There's your IVEO introduction 1, 2, and there's a refresher course. But those 2 together, look, it's a couple of hours. But yeah, those are the 2 ones, and they are available for you to go watch anytime. Okay, that'll teach you everything.
Should still be relevant, shouldn't it? Apart from the version of altitude or
exactly.
whatever, perhaps.
Exactly, and then obviously we're going to cover a lot of that in the live session this evening, but those ones would be ideal to just go and skim over and have a look.
That's what I was just going to ask, Nico. I just downloaded the soft, but there's a legacy software.
Yeah, you
What's
shouldn't
that?
get the legacy software. You must get the altitude, Aveo altitude.
Ah, that's the one I got. Aye, that's cool.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at the two of them going, what long is it? What long is it?
No, it needs to look like this. Let me show you. Here is altitude. This is what it needs to look like. This is incorporating. Let me also show you this. Let's go. Wait, let's do this. So you guys are aware of the cell call feature, which is in this panel over here. This altitude was actually, Zebo worked with them to actually synchronize with the cell call in there, and also that's now built in. So the Zebo can talk to the client, and the client can talk to it if they want to do the cell call facilities, use that. So that's also one of the reasons we need this, because it is inclusive of all the latest updates and everything. This also includes voice Unicom, whereas the old legacy client doesn't include voice Unicom. There are lots of things. Those are just the highlights that this thing gives you, which the others don't. In this one, we're going to also show you automatic Unicom, which is that button over there, where you can literally file your flight, and we're going to show you how to use this for radio talk. So instead of using voice when there are no ATC guys available, you're going to use this to basically fill in the blanks, and then you're going to press the send button in sequence. It will automatically go through each phase of your flight and do your communication on Unicom for you. So we're going to show you all of those things, plus obviously the voice part of things.
And Nico, and those who are troubled of hearing on the network and the Evayo, please come and join too, because I'm sure we're going to talk about texting to ATC. Yeah, it's really important.
Yeah, unfortunately on the one hand, but fortunately on the hand, the facilities for people that are hard of hearing or even deaf is available. And so if you are in such a position, it doesn't exclude you. You can actually come and fly with.
And that's really good.
Yep.
Or even if you have trouble understanding the accent.
Yes, that too.
It's handy to know how the text system works, isn't it?
Exactly, because even I sometimes struggle. I can't understand what the people say, because they either talk too fast, the accent is totally strange, or they just mispronunciate something, and I can't. Then they have to text it to me. So.
Or they talk French.
Yes. Hello, Axel. Good morning.
Boss?
Yeah.
Can we break the FMC?
Yes.
Excellent.
Oh, we can try.
Oh, don't challenge me, man.
You're going to have to answer to Zebo. Lubos, if he breaks it, we'll send him to you. You sort him out. Okay, go for it.
I hear a challenge.
Sorry?
I hear a challenge to break it.
No. Don't go that far.
So then, as you can see, we are in the top of, we are in the cruise phase. We have the top of the sand in 138 nautical miles. Now, this is what the FMC is planning, considering the track miles required. And the track miles is the distance to go. When ATC tell you Skymatix 1, you have 36, you have 40, you have 20 track miles, means that you are gonna fly, you are gonna cover 30, 20, or whatever he says, nautical miles until touchdown. Now, at this moment, the distance to go there is 265. Okay, of course we are in the cruise, so we have plenty of nautical miles. Now, this is very important because when you are approaching and you really don't know what to expect from ATC, especially when he starts with radar vectors, challenge him, ask him how many track miles I can expect. And in this way, you know that if you are high, if you are below, if you are good on path on profile. Now, I saw that we are planning the VIBAS arrival into runway 12 at Malaga. Now, the first thing you have to do is go into plan mode and open up the legs page in the navigation display. That's the first thing you have to do. Because in this way, if you look in plan mode into the navigation display, you're gonna see the potential shortcut that you can expect. So, if you can do, Nico, the plan mode in the navigation display. Exactly. So now, if we reach, for instance, VIBAS as a point, if we can step through and
wait. Give me 1 second. Axel, in terms of your questions, which is obviously not related to what we're busy with, if you come again later on tonight, the US guys should be online, then they can answer you. We do 2 streams, one in the morning. This is more for the guys in the Greenwich time zone kind of a thing, so middle of the earth, and then the one for tonight will include the North American guys. So come ask your questions later. Sorry, okay, Sasso, tell me.
Yeah, no problem. If you can step through VIBAS, find the VIBAS in your legs. So from VIBAS, we start the star, okay? And as you can see, we have already some restriction, 100 or above, sorry, what is 180 or above, 170 or below. All these restrictions are loaded already from the star automatically, so from the IRAC. Now, if we look at the legs page and at the route in the navigation display, what I immediately see is that if you zoom down a bit, Nico, is that, for instance, from Tolsu, we can expect a shortcut. So if you reduce the range, yeah. Now, if you look at Tolsu, gents, look there. After Tolsu, instead of going straight to that Charlie point, the Delta 079 Charlie point, and then left to Nepur, maybe it's good airmanship for passenger comfort to plan a shortcut from Tolsu or even from Granada, Golfo Delta Alpha. From Granada into maybe going to the next page. Maybe we can plan a 10 miles final. So maybe direct OMSADs. Okay. So how we do that? First of all, we have to have a good legs page. When I mean good legs page, is a good page with waypoint and good speed, because there is no reason to plan a shortcut if you have the speed like crazy. So the first thing, I know Malaga, I've been there quite a times. Over there you have mountain, you have valley, you can get tailwind even if headwind is reported on the ground. So the first thing that I will do personally is to put at OMSADs a speed of 200 or below. Okay? So first thing, tidy up the legs page, 200 or below at OMSADs. Perfect. Then center fix 1-2. Okay, that's the point when technically you start to get established on the localizer, if not before. So over there, 185 or below. I know the speed is 192, but I will tell you the reason why I do that. Because if I get radar vectors, then I will set center fix 1-2 on top. And if I don't force a speed restriction, I'm gonna lose the deceleration point. So that's why always, even if it's just 1 knot of difference, force the speed. You see that now is highlighted. This means, boss, I'm gonna respect what you told me, 185 or below. That's all it is. Now that we have tidied up the speed, we can plan the shortcut, because the shortcut will take into account the speed restriction that we commanded. So now we can take that OMSATS point and we bring it back. Okay, don't put it. What is Granada? Okay, now, if for instance, here is funny because Granada is already 170 or below. Now let's imagine Delta 264 November, that's the point just after Granada, it says 170 because of course there is a level restriction of 170 at Granada. So all he's saying is I'm gonna be level at 170. Let's put OMSATS instead of Tolsu. So just put after that point, yes. Now let's see what, without executing, so all we're doing, we are planning a shortcut. Now, if you step through it, we're gonna show them the white line, the white dotted line. You see? So there is the shortcut from the November point to OMSATS. And now look, the November point is saying 116, which is 5,000 feet below, more or less. Now, here comes the shortcut planning. We opt for the best, we plan for the worst. So, in terms of planning, we have to leave the full route because ATC will, in case ATC will clear us, then we can change it. But otherwise, we have to follow and fly the full approach. But in terms of hoping, let's say, we opt to get the shortcut. So, take a note, Delta 264 November 116. This is the ideal profile if you get the shortcut. Now we erase it because we are gonna respect the full arrival. So LNAV will track Tolsu, then Delta 079 Charlie and whatever it is in the legs page. But Delta 264 November, instead of 170, we saw before it was 116. So all we're gonna say to the FMC, we are gonna cheat on him, and we say to him, bring me at the 264 November to cross that point at 116 or below. So how we do that? We take slash because we're gonna change the level or altitude, 116 or below, and we set there on the right. Now our top of descent is calculated, maybe moved a bit earlier, to respect that 116 or below at that point. And in this way, if ATC give us a shortcut, then we know we're gonna be on profile. That's all it is.
And we should see that top of descent point move now when Nico executes.
Correct. Well, we are closer now, but if you do that in a pause mode.
Well,
yes,
I
exactly.
did execute it and it did come closer to me. It definitely jumped.
Yeah.
It did come closer.
To keep it simple, you have already some kind of protection there because Granada is already set at 170 or below. All these level restrictions that are already there by STAR, these are exactly for as a safety margin against high energy approach because they are already managing there to bring you down a bit earlier. That's all it is. But in this way, we stay ahead of the aircraft. We just say, no, I'm flying you. I'm expecting this shortcut. I want you do the calculation to start the descent and to cross that point, not at 170, but 116. So in case I get the shortcut to OMSATS or whatever is the point, I'm on profile. That's all it is.
Excellent.
Good. And if, for example, Tasso, you were offered a shortcut, how would you decide whether you could actually achieve that descent without it being too steep?
You can.
Well, you would do what we've just seen you do.
Yeah.
But then, do you use the rule of 3 thing to estimate whether it's too steep?
I can do that, or I go. I would say with experience there. I know more or less what I can achieve, and if I'm already below, if I'm planning a short to OMSADs, and I know I'm gonna be on profile for OMSADs after the Delta 264 November, if I get a shortcut to the 10 nautical miles final, which is the Fox India point, maybe I'm gonna be high by 1,000 feet, no more than that. If I don't plan the shortcut, and I'm crossing that point at 170, and I get a shortcut to the 10 miles on final, tricky. You know?
Okay, thanks.
That's why it's important to know what is in your legs page. Don't just load it. You need to see what is there. And remember, before doing anything, tidy up the speed. Because the speed is part of your descent. If you don't tidy up the speed, don't complain about VNAV not working, because maybe you left there 220 on final, and it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
You know how many times I've seen that in, you know, Sasa, how many times I've seen that in support. Oh, VNAV doesn't work.
I know.
And then you go and I do it and it works because I obviously do all these things, you know, out of habit and training. And the other guys don't know these things, and then, oh no, VNAV doesn't work.
You can be lucky. You can be lucky because some approaches, when you load the approaches like Bergamo, for instance, when you load the ILS for runway 28, the IRAC will give you already 185 or below, 175 or below, already by himself. But not all the airports do. So what I do personally, I always check the legs page. And the first things I do, before even watching the top of the descent, I tidy up the speed. Because once the speed is tidy up, then we can play and brake and, you know, and plan the shortcut, whatever we want. But if the speed is not correct, you can be on profile in terms of altitude, but you're gonna be 40 knots faster. It's not gonna make any difference.
Gentlemen, for everybody that is now on the stream and on Discord, we said the guys need to be here at 1400 Zulu. I think you guys must just come 10 minutes early. There will be a quick pop quiz test.
Uh-oh.
See if you can remember.
Sorry, Nico, I have a prior engagement. I can't make it.
Okay.
Do I need to bring the doctor's note?
Yes, please. That would be cool, Anthony. Yeah, no, this is amazing. This every time you think you know something, and then there's another layer and another bit and another bit. I swear, before I started working with Zebo and the team here, coming from my whole career of flying these aircraft in all the different flight simulators, I thought I knew a lot. Yeah.
Nico, sorry to interrupt again. To play with the descent mode, what I would suggest is start the descent before top of descent.
Sure.
Okay, so maybe do a quick setup. FMC, that will work.
I just need all my details now. Might as well do my whole descent planning quickly.
I will be your FO, no problem. So, the frequency, ILS Zulu 12.
Wait, I need to set a bit better. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Very quick. I've got 11055.
Correct. That's your frequency. Then, what I would suggest is to have on your side active the VOR of the airport, because that is a good tool to know how much distance you have from the runway, more or less. Well, it's gonna be from the airport anyway. And the VOR is 1355 if you want.
I've got 11715 for Malaga.
11715.
15.
No. Malaga Airport. The VOR is 113.55. The ILS is 11055.
Wait.
I've got 117 on this chart.
Yeah, the chart says 11715. There, I've put it on screen there on YouTube. Sorry, you're probably not looking at YouTube.
But it's YouTube. Yeah.
11355.
Where do you see that?
Oh, bloody hell. ILS at Zulu
is 11055. We're taking
not
12.
on my chart.
What's the date of these charts on top?
29 July 22.
Oh, Nico, look at the approach chart. It's on the approach chart 11355.
20? No, wait. Oh, you're looking at the ILS Yankee 12. Be careful. Which one did you plan?
Also got 11355.
Okay, I've got the other chart. If you look at the star chart, it says 11355. See?
Exactly. Because you have to use. You are planning the ILS at Zulu, no?
No.
ILS at Zulu by
Yankee.
No.
Yankee.
Yeah. Okay. Yankee 12.
11355. Okay, that's fine. We got it. It's just interesting. So what this tells me is there are two VORs here.
Of course, and I will tell you why. Because you need, if you are gonna follow the 117, if you are gonna follow the ILS Yankee, you need to have 117.15 because that's what you need to fly the missed approach.
Oh,
that's why it's important to check. Yeah. So ILS Yankee 12. Take 117.15 active, maybe.
Yeah, there you go.
That's it. Perfect. So the frequency. Don't worry about. No. Leave 35. So we're gonna play with the level change ion profile.
Okay. Don't kill me.
No. I'm just suggesting, so I can at least we can play with it.
Yeah. Okay.
Frequency minima courses.
Frequency minimus courses. Okay, minimus next.
Yeah. So many times I used that one, FMC acronym, and he saved me, I can tell you.
S320, let's go check our weather. So.
Yep.
Skymatix 008, passing through top of descent.
Excellent. All right, and fast uplink winds and seven. Right, so we have to quickly do our other calculation. So 2.9 at 600 kilograms, so we'll be about 64. That's it. So we've got the whole PFD set up, all our values are in place. All right, well, now it's just the MCP altitude and the descent.
So we did FMC, and you want to put the rings or you don't use the rings?
We can put the rings. Why don't we put the rings? So where do you want it? On the runway or the first?
Runway? No, always the runway. So use runway 12.
So how do we input the runway then?
Romeo Whiskey 12.
Romeo Whiskey 12.
It's like the next page, basically.
Yeah, before you go on, just to clarify to the guys watching, I always use the final approach fix because of training, but that's a different story. So, okay, you continue. Okay.
And where do you want them? What we do, we put 10 miles ring No, slash first.
Yes.
And then I will put 4, but let's just put 5, just to have a bit more time. That's it. Good. And this is good for situational awareness, because at least we can have a situation. Now, we passed the top of the sand. We are now crazy high on the path. So the first things, let's go down. Put 200.
200.
Yeah, on the level. Now you see the path came in on the navigation display. We're crazy high. So first things, go level change. Because in this way, the aircraft is gonna close the thrust levers and use the nose to maintain the speed. So lower the nose to maintain the speed. The other thing we have to do, we have some kind of target speed in the descent. At the moment should be something like 0.78, I guess. 778, he says. Okay. Now, because we have to recover the path, we have to increase this speed. In other words, we are gonna tell him we are gonna descend faster and quicker. So let's make it 0.79. And on transition, so instead of 274, we're gonna descend at 300 knots. That's it. Secured. Now you are gonna have a new profile, a new descent profile with the new target speed. Maybe it's not enough. So if it's not enough, you have to start to use the V-brake, because that's the only way to start to recover the path. All right. Remember that at the moment, if you take the Lex page on the FO side, Nico, we are high on profile, but considering the restriction that we have at Granada or 170 or below. Okay? So it depends if ATC want us to be at 170 or below at Granada. It might be that ATC had to keep us high because of other traffic, and then it will say to you, disregard level restriction at Granada. In that case, we can go into Granada and delete the 170 or below. It's up to you if you really want to do it. No problem.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? Let's do it. But now, the good thing is that we keep the 118 or below, which is the one we set. And now look at the profile. We nicely recovered.
Yeah.
But remember, you can stop the speed brake. You can go back to VNAV now. That's it. Back on VNAV. Now he's gonna say probably drag required, because we are on path, but we are fast, because he's pitching to maintain, he's trying ideally to maintain 300 knots. We have 312. Still okay for him because he's gonna manage, but just think ahead. Sometimes when you are on path as a level, watch out the speed, because if you speed up, I don't know, 50 knots more compared with the target speed, then it's not enough to be on path. You have to be on speed as well. Maybe you still use the speed brake. You can dial down, Nico, if you want.
Dial down altitude.
Yes, yeah, 100 or whatever.
Well, we can go to 2,500. That's our intercept.
Okay. Yeah. Now you can see there an interesting thing. In the navigation display, you have a new top of descent from 118. And this is normal, because what we told to the system is, I wanna be below what you wanna be there. So I wanna be a 118 instead of 170.
It's 116. Sorry, it's just
116. Yes, instead of 170. So of course now he's calculating a new top of descent because he's saying we are gonna be low. So if we fly the full arrival, which is planned in the Lex page, we don't need to be at 116 or below over there. So I'm creating a new top of descent because I'm gonna maintain 116 until my new ideal top of descent. Okay? We are cheating the system, so he doesn't know that we're gonna take the shortcut. So for now, just forget that new top of descent. I'm just explaining why there is a new top of descent there.
Okay.
What else? Okay, let's go vertical speed. Let's imagine ATC tell us Skymatix 001, reduce rate of descent or level off of whatever the level is. So because we're gonna end up high because we are changing the rate of descent, what I do, if we are gonna be high, I don't wanna have extra energy. And remember, anytime the thrust levers kicks in the descent is extra energy that you will have to bleed off during the descent somehow, either speed brake or extra track miles. So reduce the rate to -500 and reduce the speed as well. If ATC is gonna bring us high, I'm gonna slow down. In this way, I don't add extra energy. Good value, above 100, 220. 220 knots. Okay. In this way, we are gonna, you see there the navigation display, we're gonna start to be high on profile. But this is fine. I mean, it's not ideal, but it's okay. We are counteracting this by reducing the speed. So creating the safe margin that we said earlier. Now, how we are in the sequence? Because I need to see if we can get the shortcut or not.
I'm right in front of Uncle John. Let me put it on screen here on YouTube. I'm right in front of Uncle John and obviously behind Anthony. So
okay. Now, Anthony, you gonna fly the full arrival?
Correct.
Okay, cookie. Okay, Anthony, do you mind if we jump in front of you with Nico?
No problem. Please go ahead.
Okay, so if you fly the full arrival, Anthony, and you start to slow down at 220, okay, then it's gonna be fine. Now, Nico, go. ATC comes to you and say left, heading 240 degrees. 240 degrees. That's it. Heading select. You can descend 2,000, or sorry, you can descend 5,000 feet. The QNH 1027. So, 5,000 feet. We have to recover the path. We know we are high, so go immediately level change. Speed brake out, because we know we are high. Now look at your navigation display. What point we can use to have a good, a sensible descent? What you have in front of you? Maybe that point Homesteads? If you look at the navigation display, where are you pointing at?
Well, I'm pointing...
Homesteads is just there.
Yeah, there's Homesteads over there, unless...
Yeah.
Unless... No, that's...
Be conservative.
CF, that's Homesteads, that's probably Nepper. Yes, Nepper.
Yeah.
And then it's OMSAS. Okay, sorry, it's just the way it's written. I had to...
Exactly, no problem.
So OMSAS is right.
OMSAS.
Yeah.
So take OMSAS on top then. Because now you are under other vectors by ATC. So now you want to have a path. Who is there in front of you?
It's me.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
that's
turning
Anthony.
in.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine.
I will extend. You carry on.
Otherwise, I'll just disconnect from my VIA. It's not the end of the world. We will manage it.
No,
As you prefer.
Let's do it.
As you
Let's do
prefer.
it.
So basically, if you're going towards that point, you want to have in the navigation display a sensible path, a sensible descent. Something that is telling you, okay, you are this amount high or this amount low. And as you can see, we have 220, which is a good speed for the approach. We are using the speed brake to recover that 1,300 feet. The next things you have to do is make sure that in the descent page, there is the actual speed you are flying. Otherwise, that path is wrong. You know, at the moment, the path that we're saying there is for an aircraft descending at 240. We're doing 220, okay? So, do 220. That's it, execute. And maybe, you see, now you are on profile. So, VNAV can come back. And you can slow the speed brake because you are on speed as well. That's it. So, you see, it's all started with planning, 116 or below. And now we are good on profile, good on speed, we can relax and chill out.
Okay, but we're still on heading select, so we're not actually
That's
flying
fine.
towards
I'm waiting for
the-
Anthony. As soon as Anthony turns in, we are gonna turn in as well. Now
I'm
here
tracking Nepal.
you can go to OMSAS. Go to OMSAS directly and intercept Anthony. That would be great. Directly OMSAS, and you are clear for the approach. And then we follow you. So this is a perfect separation done by ATC. You have the traffic in front of you at about 8 nautical miles, and he's gonna turn inbound. We are gonna maintain this heading until he's established, and when he's on center fix 1-2, we are gonna turn in as well. And we're gonna try to maintain that 8 nautical miles of separation. Now, you said correctly, we are in heading select. Now, the path that you are looking at in the navigation display is if you're going directly to that point, to OMSAS. We are not going there directly. So if you update now OMSAS, you are gonna see that you are below profile. See? 200 feet below. Anthony, are you turning to OMSAS?
I don't have UMSAS.
OMSAZ.
Oh.
Are you coming
No.
into 12 left or 13? Which runway?
12 left.
Okay.
12.
12, okay. Okay, that's fine, no problem. Just let us know when you are established.
Copy that.
That's fine. So you see, you are starting to get, if you keep updating that OMSAS point, we are gonna be below it. Every time we're gonna be below it by a certain amount. This is normal because we are not tracking directly to it. So that's just common sense. So if we keep VNAV, he's gonna maintain a descent or a kind of descent to bring us technically direct to that point. We are not gonna do that. We're gonna take extra nautical miles because we are in heading. So what we can do now to avoid to level off, we can go vertical speed and maintain a rate of 500 feet a minute. In this way, we go out from VNAV and we say to him, we are not going direct to that point, so we are not gonna fly directly to that point. We're gonna take extra distance, extra track miles, so I have more time to lose the same amount of altitude. I'm gonna go vertical speed and reduce the rate. You can take the ILS, Nico, if you want, so we start to get a reference in terms of distance from the runway. Okay. Keep updating OMSAS. Okay, because the aim here is to try to do a continuous descent approach, so without leveling off. Start to turn left, heading to 10, and maintain the speed to 20 knots. Anthony, what's your speed?
217 and dropping.
Okay,
Dropping
that's
to
fine.
190.
Perfect. No problem at all. Now, every time ATC give you a new heading, That's it. Update the point because that is your reference. That is your reference. And that's it. Now you just wait and play with it and play with the vertical speed. Remember that above transition altitude, you have to maintain at least 500 feet a minute. Below transition altitude, the vertical speed is yours. You can even maintain minus 50. Okay? But above transition altitude, ATC expect you to change with at least 500 feet a minute. Okay, Nico. Now ATC. Perfect. Now ATC tells you left heading 160 degrees, descend 3,200, QNH 1027, cleared ILS 12. So 160, 3,200. Update now common sense. Update center fix directly. There is no point for them. You are cleared, so let's go center fix, okay? Something in front of me. Look at the profile, a bit high. Increase the rate of descent. I don't want energy, so brings the speed back. Up speed. So the thrust lever will close. Increase the rate of descent 1,000 feet a minute. That's it. Left turn, heading 130. That's it. You are clear for the approach, and you are approaching the 17 nautical miles. Yes, my suggestion is first go Vorlop. In this way, if there is a problem, you don't start to descend with the glide. At least you still have in control the pitch. That's it. And now, we know we are a bit high on the path, but look at the glide slope. We are below it. So here you have to cheat a bit. There is no point to increase the rate. We are below the profile. Okay? And this is normally just the FMC now. And you can start to decelerate, Nico, as well. Maybe flap 1, so we keep that separation with Anthony. We have 8 miles at the moment. So start to bring, 180, 185 maybe. Something similar. You see, he's turning. He's taking the Vorlock. Okay, so he's starting to get established. Now, at 13 nautical miles, the glide slope is good to be used. So reduce the rate, you see? We are going below the glide. So reduce the rate 200 feet a minute. Yeah, no need for speed brake, that's fine. 200 feet a minute. This will help us to bleed off the speed. Go flap 2. That's it. No more than that. Look, flap 2, 180 knots to get established. You are spot on. Now go with approach because the glide slope is coming. That's it. Glide slope captured. Flap 5 because he's gonna pitch down to maintain the glide. And that's it. And now you can set the missed approach altitude and flap 5.
I'm just looking for the missed approach altitude. Quickly reading.
He's in. Yeah.
3,200.
Perfect.
Right, and then after that, we have
reduce
to
the
climb
speed.
to 7.
Yeah. Reduce the speed. That's it. Now you are established. You are at 9 nautical miles from the runway at 185 knots. Spot on. And this is important if you pick up tailwind from the valley. You have to respect that speed. That's why I tell you, first things, 185, 200 as a common point.
Wow.
Otherwise, all this is going to be screw up.
Yeah, look at the wind, how it's changing there. Look, and how the aircraft's rocking. Wow.
Now is a normal approach. Enjoy.
Thank you. This is the test Christer was asking about. So we don't get oscillation, but we get a lot of rolling. But look at the wind. I mean, you can see the wind is really influencing the aircraft.
Yeah, I just mean it's a good thing that the aircraft is more alive than in X-Plane 11.
Yeah.
But the issues with
Clear of the
oscillation.
active.
Thanks, Andrew.
Yeah. But you don't have any oscillation?
Nothing right now. No, it's solid on that light slope.
Yeah, good. But it seems more alive anyway, so that's a good thing.
Yep.
Perfect. Star switches.
It's on auto. My aircraft is a brand new one. It's better than yours.
Recall.
Wait. There you go.
Speed brake.
Yeah, it's
Bubbles.
Landing gear.
Landing gear down.
Auto brake.
That's it.
Go with the flap.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Axel.
That's how you make a good Linday.
I try my best.
1,000 feet, stay
Well, you know more than her.
Yeah.
More than Linda.
Yeah, this has been a nice stream and a nice flight. And I see we've got 45 people on stream. Welcome, everybody. I know some of you came in late, so you're going to have to review some of the stuff we discussed. There is a slight oscillation happening there. Slight bit of a loss of the light slope.
Yeah, but the question is if it's about oscillation or wind
No,
reaction.
I think this is a wind reaction. It's not the whole thing that we had previously. Look at this wind. The wind completely changed direction now. Yeah, and the aircraft is sitting on it like really good, really well.
300. Minimums. 200.
All right, flying my hand.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Nice.
Oh, that wind that's changing the direction left to right and right to left or whatever. Yes, I had to quickly make a plan to divert to roll into it.
Nice one, Nico.
Thank you. Yeah, that was not bad.
So for me, the aircraft, in terms of the sand as well, did a very good job.
Yeah.
So we also play with level change, vertical speed, and going back to VNAV. So looks good to me.
Yes, 100%. I think Zebo will be happy because I'm happy with you and all.
Well, we stress the FMC.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I'm happy.
And the level change and vertical speed that he was fixing here in 8A.
And
wow.
we played as well with the Warlock burst and then the approach mode.
Yes. Give me a second. Malaga traffic Skymatix Malaga traffic Skymatix 001. We have vacated the runway. Come on, Uncle John, waiting for you. Thanks, Richard. I got your message as well. Yeah, that was really nice. Thanks, Kev, Geert, and Wim and Paul there. Thank you.
Yeah, that was brilliant. Thanks, guys. So, gotta go. Catch you later.
Cheerio. Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Paul.
See you later, or we'll be with you later. Bye.
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 All right, there you go. Thanks, Andy. Somebody's transmitting on Unicom.
Traffic.
No.
Somebody's transmitting on Unicom.
I think that was me. I had a button stuck on there.
Still stuck.
No, well, I've disconnected, so it's not me now.
It's Uncle John. DG will, yeah, absolutely.
Vim Dreves donated 25 euros through SuperChat.
Wim, baie dankie. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Every little bit helps. And Rob, yeah, thank you. I like this stream. I like everything that happened here and the interaction, guys. This is how I like it. So great stuff to everybody.
Yeah, it was great, Nico. Thank you.
Thanks to you, Nico.
Yeah, shutdown procedure.
You enjoyed the route, Nico?
Oh, yeah. Thank you for the suggestion. It was Uncle John's suggestion. So thank you for that.
Nice.
Beacon off.
Nice route.
Malacca traffic, Skymatix 206, vacated runway 13.
Eagle, Flight Blankie. Yeah, you're welcome. Peter Joyce. Great. I'm glad you liked it. Yes, one question. Go for it, Kev. Yeah, now I'm confused with all the keys between FS 2020 and X-Plane. I don't know what to press anymore. Oh, goodness. I spent way too much time flying the Phoenix this week. I obviously did my work with the Zebo and all, but yeah, that Phoenix took a lot of time from me. Right, so let's see. Kev, no, I use a program called Joy2Key, which I'll put on screen for you just now. Right, this is Joy2Key. So what happens is you have to assign a button and a keyboard shortcut. So I use my right-hand control button. So what happens, I'll just quickly show you. When I press my PTT button on my yoke, it activates. See, that's when it goes yellow, it's me activating it. So this is the interface. I spoke to the guy that's the programmer of Altitude many months ago already, probably 6 months or more ago already. He said that it's in his roadmap. He will put it into Altitude where it will be a built-in function, but it's clearly not happened yet. So for that, we use Joy2Key. It's a free little program. You just download it and we'll show you guys how to set it up later as well if you come around.
For the CH stuff, you have to download the tools from the manufacturer.
Oh yeah, you can do that too. Yes, for CH, yes.
I've had 2 notifications already during the stream that SimBrief has been updated.
Oh, okay.
With a new version.
All right.
Melga traffic schematic 052 on established ILS for runway 13. Melga traffic.
So first we have Bernard, then we have David that was just speaking to us, then we have Lawrence, then we have Neil, and then we have Hendrik. I am thoroughly impressed with you guys. Thank you so much for flying today and being here. It was so lovely. There's the little train I'm talking about. So amazing, man. Amazing.
I have to watch back the whole stream because Sasa was telling so much relevant information.
Sorry,
Follow
my fault.
No, but I was flying to ATC and I was just not able to follow all the
Yeah.
stuff you were telling.
See,
Sasa, but
yeah,
real good stuff. Thanks, Dan.
Yeah, Hendrik, you see, that's why I put it on YouTube. If this was on Twitch, you had 14 days and then the video goes, tada, bye-bye. It's just gone.
that's
you
so
know?
stupid. Yes, I know
Yeah.
it.
So that's one of the main reasons I use YouTube, because it can forever be a reference point for anybody who wants to come and look at it, you know?
Yeah, so make sure the description is really relevant for what Sasa was explaining.
Yeah, we'll update something there a little bit.
Especially the trick with planning for the shortcut. That was really insightful.
Uncle John.
Yes, sir.
It's nice to see all the guys flying your route. It's nice. That was a good one.
I enjoyed it, and I'm glad you did.
Yeah. I think the route was exactly the right length to fit in all the tuition and all the testing. Because, I mean, I'm testing and checking everything. We're doing all these other shortcuts and tricks and things. I mean, there's so much that Zebo can have a look at, great value. It was just amazing, man.
Yeah, I'm glad you're pleased.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, nice flight.
Tix 356, what's your speed?
150.
Can I overtake you?
Why
As long as you don't crash me out of the sky.
No, I'm just flying above you now, if you don't mind.
When you land, just roll through, that's all. Give everybody space.
Yeah, and please don't turn off until everybody's down.
Yeah, we want to take a nice photo. Always.
Sorry, I slowed down because 052 was close to me, in front of me.
No problem. No problem. Laurie, you'll learn we make provision for everybody here. And then what happens is whoever lands first goes on to either auto brake, nothing, or 1, to just roll through. And the guy behind just puts on auto brake 3 or 4, max to just brake. And then we land 2 on the runway if we really have to. It's not normal. It's not really real and supposed to be. But, we are here having fun. So why not?
Well, we can have the land after clearance.
Yes.
While the aircraft is vacating the runway, you get already the landing clearance.
Yes. David, are you landing on runway 13?
Yeah, 13, sorry. I thought I didn't have room for 12 in front, but...
Okay.
Oh, switch, man. Switch.
Yeah, I did the same at 1-3, yeah.
No problem. I just noticed your trajectory there and I realized this is going a different way.
Oh, I would love that. I did once in Athens, approaching 03 right.
Mm-hmm.
ATC called us. Are you able to switch for 03 left? Of course. Click, click. No. I love it. Sorry, got a phone call. 1 second.
Okay. Uncle John, I see Kevin is upstairs. Kevin Arkley.
I'll smack his legs later.
Okay, he's muted, but he's there. He's probably watching. Hello, Kevin. Welcome, David. That was a good landing.
Beautiful landing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, Kevin.
Hey, Kevin.
Three, 5, 6 established.
You coming in on 1-2 or 1-3?
1-2.
Thank you, sir.
Malaga traffic, Skymatix 052, cleared runways 13.
I love to see all these guys coming in like this. I mean, it just looks so amazing.
Yeah, I love it.
There we go. Welcome, Neil.
Cheers. Departing runway. And you come.
That's a high speed. Get off the runway. There you go, Lawrence. He's off.
Just remember to stop.
Ah, no worries. No worries. Stopped.
Right, and then it's just Hendrik. Sorry, Uncle John.
Is this the last one in?
Hendrik at the back, yes, 355. Now it's Lawrence, then Hendrik, and then that's it. I don't know if you guys noticed it, but it looked like the one inner wheel of this aircraft was wobbling. Lawrence, I think you need to ask the ground crew to just check that wheel.
It was a hard landing.
Broke one of the bolts. Oops. It was definitely wobbling. Imagine that.
Oh, two more. We're going to have a good lineup, Nico.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we 8 guys as far as I know.
Yeah, I think it is. Just have a quick count up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, Nico.
Short final. Are we ready to go for runway 12?
Yes, yeah, we're all clear, waiting for you.
9, Nico.
Okay. But are you counting Hector, which is not part of our group as well, or are you only counting Skymatix guys?
Just Skymatix.
Okay, that's awesome. Wow.
Hope so.
Yeah.
A lot of wind.
Yeah,
Yes.
that wind made you work for it a bit.
Changes direction just as you're about to land in it.
Give it a try.
Seat. Somebody disconnect there?
No, no.
Aeronox, thank you. You too. Talk later.
Nico.
Yeah.
What would you like about Princess Juliana? I'm editing it. I got 75 FPS inside
Wow.
the Zibo mod.
Wow. Yeah, that's good.
I'm so shocked.
Wow.
Yeah.
Welcome, Hendrik.
75.
You're right, Nico. 8.
Yeah, yeah.
Way too fast.
I think he lost his nose wheel.
Oh, don't say that.
Well, at least I wasn't the only one.
It's fine, not a problem.
Oh.
I think passengers are all sick now.
We'll give them some, I don't know, Valoids or whatever we need for motion sickness later.
I still have to practice so much, especially in these conditions.
It's not a problem. You know what? That's why we are here for. And I think practicing with us all and, the camaraderie and the banter and everything working together just makes the practice so much nicer to do together, so.
Yeah, and that's the good thing about this. We do it together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes a big difference,
Absolutely.
You can sit in your own chair, do your own thing up to a point, and then it becomes either boring or a slip. And then you go, oh, why must I do this kind of thing? And you lose interest. Unless you really, really got it, the bug bit you really big time. But it's so much nicer for me to do it with all you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
Same here. Yeah.
Same here.
Yeah.
Peter Joyce.
And also, I'm sorry.
I just wanted to answer him. I did nothing, and I don't use any add-ons for lighting. All I do to alleviate the darkness is I scroll in closer. The closer you go, the more the iris of the camera or your eye, as it is supposed to be, opens up and then the brightness changes. So when I go and sit like this, you see it's kind of dark, and then all I do is I just zoom in. You can immediately see that it's like the iris opens, so that's the only thing I do. Honestly, I don't have any gimmicks or anything changing that. Go, Krister.
Now, I was just thinking about this as a group. We do this together because in some sense it's my own process of learning the Zibo mod and learning aviation and having fun flying, both Zibo and maybe a Cessna or a Heli. And the thing about doing this together is that we ask ourselves the right questions, and we help each other about these things.
Exactly.
So that's the good point. Absolutely.
Yeah. And this is not something you can do on the forum or on Facebook. This is something you have to do one-on-one together. You'll never.
If I would ask the same questions I ask you on the forum instead, they would just smear me down or laugh at me.
Yeah, it's very
on the
antagonizing sometimes. It's a pain in the butt because, again, text doesn't have emotions and feelings, and even I sometimes get wrapped on the knuckles when I didn't mean anything bad, but it's the way you say things that doesn't come across. Whereas here, you can hear the laughter or the smile in the voice, or you can hear the sternness or the sincerity or the seriousness. You know, it's just totally different. Totally different. And also, typing out 10 sentences to explain what you mean, which you could have said in 1 or 2 sentences with voice. It just works different, man. So
Thank
anyway,
you,
there
Jen.
we go.
I've got my pick.
Yeah, let me take a couple
Appreciate
here.
it.
Thank you, everybody, for flying with. This was an absolutely wonderful stream. Thank you to Sasso and to Zebo.
As always.
Yeah.
Can't do without Sasso.
Go.
That was a really nice flight. Thanks, Nico.
Thank you for streaming. Thank you.
Okay,
Don't be late this afternoon, gents.
Thanks you all, and see you next time.
Yep. Remember,
Yeah,
guys.
what time is it this afternoon, Nico? What time is it?
Wheels off anytime after 1500 Zulu. Okay.
1500 Zulu. Okay.
Yes,
and
that's wheels off.
15-20 minutes before.
Yes, just to come around, make sure we've got everything in place. And for the guys that have never tried Iveo, come an hour early. Make sure you are here at 1400 Zulu so we can get you going. If you need more help than that, come early. Come early. Put another hour
we
in.
are here.
Yeah.
We are here.
We'll
Absolutely.
help you. Yeah.
Mr. Nico.
Yes.
Do you want us there also for the training?
It's up to you guys, the old hands. Okay. I would love to have all hands on deck or as many as possible to answer the questions. Okay. Because if let's say, for instance, let's say there are 5 guys who come or 10 guys that have never experienced this. They have no idea how this thing works. It's going to be difficult for one person to help all of them. So if we can then maybe give each one a buddy and we say, okay, you go speak to Mr. So-and-so or Mrs. So-and-so, whatever the situation is, it's going to be helpful once we've given the overview to then disperse the people into smaller groups and say, okay, this is it. And there's enough voice rooms here that we can quickly do it before we get on board. The last thing I want is for some poor bloke to come here, have his dream shattered because nobody was available to help him get going in time. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be there.
Good point.
Good
point.
Yeah. Okay. The only thing that you guys also need to understand is the ATC guys are bound by South Africa's load shedding, where they will not have electrical power at certain points in time. Okay, that's why we started early to get as many of them involved as possible. Denton, for instance, won't be here because it's in his load shedding schedule. The wrong time. But that's just one of those things. So that's why we start early, guys. Okay, and that's it. Thank you, Peter. Bye-bye. Thank you to everybody. Bye-bye. We'll talk later.
Thanks all, and see you next time.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thanks for flying. Bye-bye.